Hey, how's it going? Oh, hey, it's going real good. Yeah, weather's great, trails are awesome. That's good, yeah. What are you doing there? Oh, I'm in the ready position. Yeah, ready position. Oh, really? Really? Ready for what? Oh, ready for life? Oh, I see. You gotta stand up on your bike. So the ready position is gonna be a standing position. So if you're beginner enough that you hover on that seat a lot, I'm sorry, but you can't do that. When you stand up, you take your weight from the seat to your feet. So one of the oldest adages in mountain bike coaching is heavy feet, light hands. So the idea is stand up. And when you're standing up on the bike, the pedals are gonna be level. So essentially, your feet are gonna be staggered like this. Now, when I'm standing like this, you'll notice I'm kind of standing straight up, okay? I'm not like this. You don't need to be like that until maybe you need to be like that. But when you're just cruising down something like this, you don't need to be like that. So you're gonna go to a mundane trail like this, or even just a grass field. And all you're gonna try to do is stand up on your bike and have your feet as heavy as you can. Put as much weight in your feet, stay relaxed, find a position that's comfortable, and lighten your hands. And that's important. The lighter your hands are, the more relaxed your arms are, the better everything is going to be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come through and I'm gonna show you coming through standing up on my bike, trying to be relaxed. Now, here's something that's very important, kids. My position shouldn't look like your position, unless, unfortunately, you look exactly like me. And if you do, I'm sorry, but even then, your position might not be the same. I'm gonna show you what my position looks like at 5'10" with pretty much average limbs. It's gonna look a certain way, but if somebody looked exactly like me and maybe had an injury, they may not be able to get in this position. So that's something very important. There's a lot of people that try to preach certain things and they're very dogmatic about them. I'm not. Find your position in this realm. Just stay relaxed. Be tall, so you can be dynamic, have more fun on your bike. All right, now, let me show you what this basic standing, relaxed, ready position looks like. Here we go, standing. Okay, heavy feet, heels are pointed down, I'm relaxed, I have that movement in my ankles, elbows are loose. Okay, here's what we're trying to avoid, okay? I'm squatted down, I'm super tense, I'm squeezing the grips. I can't be dynamic. Okay, so we've run through that basic standing body position. Now, I'm gonna start to introduce why it's important, why we set it up that way. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use these land wave wedges, and this is what we do at the Ride Series Clinic. So now, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna roll through just like I was, but I'm gonna navigate these wedges. So essentially, we can think about this as an undulation in the trail. I wanna be in that tall, relaxed position and simply let the bike move underneath me. If I'm squatted down in a ready position and rigid and tense, the bike won't move. I'm gonna move and the bike's gonna move. I don't want that, so I wanna stay relaxed. Now, I'm gonna introduce you to one of my mechanisms. So this is important. When I'm riding my bike and I'm engaged, meaning when something's happening. If I'm just cruising down the greenway, my arms are gonna be relaxed, okay? So please don't be one of those people that go, at 473, I saw you out there, elbows down, you weren't engaged. So what I'm thinking about is, I want my forearms to match my forks. So when I'm ripping through something, if my forearms are in line with the fork, I've now taken this 160 RockShox Zeb and made it about 300. And that's gonna be important because when I roll over this, I need to have those arms up so I can have give and take. Give and take, let the bike move underneath you. And the only way you can do that is if you're relaxed, man. Just relax, man. JK living. Coming in, heavy feet, arms are relaxed. Elbows are in line with the fork, bike comes into me, bike goes away. Okay, so hopefully this is starting to make a little bit more sense and you see why we talk about those elbows up, and that's an important thing. You may be one, or if you look around and see a lot of people when they ride, they roll their handlebars back and they get their elbows down. If their elbows are down, you don't have any leverage, you're not in a good position. So think about having the elbows up. If the elbows are up and in line with the fork, a benefit of that is the hips come forward too. So now you see me roll through, I can stay relaxed, I can give and take. What you're trying not to do is get pushed or pulled. So in this scenario, what we're looking for at the Ride Series is if somebody gets in and creeps their hips back, when the bike rolls over this center part of the wedge, they get pulled as a rider. You don't want to get pulled. If you stay centered, stay relaxed, you can move. The bike can literally move underneath you. So now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come through and I'm gonna bring in a little bit more speed. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load in to this entry before I come in. So now I'm gonna be tall, I'm gonna drop in, I'm gonna load in, and I'm gonna create a little bit of lift. You can think about this in the context of a trail. You're riding on a trail and you come in, there's some roots or something. If I'm tall like that, I can drop down through my heels, load the suspension, and use that root as a force multiplier and just blast right over it. Or in a turn. If I come into a turn and I drop my weight into the turn, I can lift out on the exit. So these are all things that can be done doing this. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pretend that this is on a trail and it's a little root or a rock or something like that. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna stand tall, and then I'm gonna drop into that position and use this to get a little bit of lift. So then that'll help get me past something or anything on the trail. So the idea is stay tall, stay dynamic so you can drop in and do stuff like this. Now I'm gonna come in, little bit of speed, tall, open up. So there you go. We've broken it down in this environment right here using the wedges. Same thing we do at the Ride Series, but it just so happens we're in the mountain bike capital of the world. So from this spot right here, we're literally gonna go right back up there and we're gonna hit some rad trails and show you what it's like to take this to the trail, show you how it can be advantageous. So let's go. So welcome to one of the newest hubs here in the mountain bike capital of the world. This is essentially where Rim Trail is. So I'm not sure exactly what this hub is called. We're gonna call this phase 3, I think. So to give you some context, Boo Boo and Choo Choo is right over there. So you got a couple really fun trails here. You got Heading Home, which if you follow that, I'll take you over to Leopards. You got Rim Trail, really fun blue trail. Walters Whistler is a green that's just fast and flowy, but right behind me, you see that black diamond? It's called Technar. So what we're gonna do is take what we worked in the ground school setting, we're gonna drop it into Technar. So fun, more like a hand cut, old school, if you will, kind of trail with some little rolling undulations. So what you're gonna see is, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna try to stay tall and I'm gonna load down through the center of my bike into my heels to create that lift. I'm not gonna be down in that ready, tough position. I'm just gonna stay relaxed. Try to rip it. I'm gonna try. I'm not making any guarantees.